Only worry is that it's going to have a slow start.
It might, but you're a child of Sparta, right? But but
Yeah.
they said that you didn't grow up in Sparta,
Um,
so you are gonna miss out on all the like child Sparta training where they kick you out into the wilderness and you have to like survive for a certain amount of time and all that BS. I kind of wanted to do
well,
that.
mm, so
What?
Scorch, how much of Sparta did you study?
Not much.
There's probably a reason why they took you out of Sparta.
What? Because
Or
you
that
think this person's like friends and family care about him? Is that the deal?
no, I think that the developers have an understanding of what popular culture's expectations of Sparta are, set specifically by um, the 300, and that's not necessarily
That's not what Sparta was,
all.
though.
No, it wasn't.
It was an entertaining movie at best.
Yes. So I think that's probably why.
Okay. Ugh. All right. Who is next? Let's set these things on fire.
Do it. So I've been thinking about Starlink
Oh yeah.
and the Switch and how getting footage for that thing is going to be kind of.
Well, you're gonna do Switch, right?
Yeah, but so that's what I was thinking. Like maybe I shouldn't do Switch.
You're gonna do PlayStation? It would be a lot easier to
Yeah.
capture on PlayStation. Ugh. Mm-hmm. Oh shit. You're large. Hmm. What shall I do with you? Do you have armor? You do have armor. Okay. Well, let's put you in a spot where you can get wailed on. Like right here. And then still beat on you. Why did you go back to right there? Uh, does this take two? It does take two. No armor left. Get in the fire. Oh, okay. So they have released a little bit more about Starlink. Is it
Yeah, I
still?
saw Ubisoft had a new something or other out. I'm really excited about that game.
Really?
I don't know why.
I
I mean,
don't.
excited in that I haven't like played a really fun star shooter or starfighter or however you want to call it in a
Yeah.
while, and so I like those games.
Did you ever play Star Wars Starfighter?
No.
I think that was the last like Starfighter-y game that I played, and that was up back on like early PlayStation 2, I think. It was fun, but that was the closest point of reference for me.
Meet your maker.
I mean, I guess you could talk about Star Fox, right? Because it seems very
Yeah, but there
close to
hasn't been
Star
a
Fox.
a good Star Fox in a while to me.
Yeah,
They tried to iterate on it and they just didn't find that magic combination.
yeah, definitely. I hope that they get it right one day.
I do too. Well, they're getting it right in Starlink apparently.
Yeah. I don't know what to think about that game. All the ancillary stuff you got to get in order to like enjoy everything. You know?
I just want to fly, dude. I just want to fly.
No Man's Sky just doesn't do it. Gotta
Oh gosh.
get something else.
Mm-mm. I think part of that is like ease of combat and such.
Yeah. Did I tell you what happened to my No Man's Sky game that I played?
Mm-mm.
That
There you are, little egg.
I tried to give it another shot, and when I came back, all of my inventory had been deleted.
No.
Every single thing in my inventory had been deleted. So I, in turn, deleted it from my PlayStation.
Oh no. That's bad.
Yeah.
She leaps up and she cocks a black eye up at you and winks.
Too bad I know what happens to you.
I've spotted something.
Hey, hey. A ruby. Ooh. This map is so big. So what are you playing right now?
Overwatch?
How's it going?
I'm just playing around right now, honestly. I'm trying to go to cowboy school.
Still? You're still in cowboy school?
Mm-hmm.
So this is your
Yeah,
your
well, you
fifth
can
year
always
in
get
cowboy
better.
school?
You can always do better.
I got a few ready to go, all freshly strung. It's like I always said, everyone's got a melody in 'em. You just gotta look. Me brother Laszlo couldn't carry a tune in a bucket when he were a wee thing. Now, he's got the voice of an angel. Yeah, I use rosewood mostly. It gives loops and whatnot a sweet tone. Play 'em too, of course. Me
I'm
and
at
Laszlo were
that
no
position where
but we present duets. Just us.
the six stack is feeling froggy. They're like,
Manchester's
we know what we're doing
so
now.
right.
And I'm like, okay. And then they make decision. I'm like, why'd you do that? You weren't ready,
Keep
were
it
you?
up. Hoping to get to Ark sooner than later. Lucian's the
Oh,
cock. If
I
you
like
need
six
us,
stack.
we'll clean away.
What are you doing? But I still have a lot of fun playing with them, so.
That's good. I mean, that's really what matters at the end of the day, right?
Mhm. Honestly, I think if I weren't hanging out with Shelton playing this game as
Don't let
much,
him
I probably wouldn't be playing it as much. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah. So what you're saying now that it has more to do with the friends that are playing it than the actual game itself?
Yes. Like, I see that it is. I see exactly what Overwatch is, what it's trying to be, and where it's going. And I have fun playing by myself, but I wouldn't be playing comp right now if I weren't going in with 5 other people that I like.
Gotcha.
Um, and I'd probably just be playing the game like when a new map was released or when a new character was released because I enjoy playing Overwatch. Like, and I like it.
Yeah.
Um, I like the machine around it, um, but not to that effect. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. Hair resistance. No, not doing
What I
that.
don't like are Widowmaker mains.
They're hardly ever good, right?
Oh my gosh. It's not that you can't be good at her. It's just that the level of gameplay where she's effective is so high, typically, that you might as well use someone else to get more consistent DPS.
I mean, you could run around and hip fire the machine gun if you wanted to. Then you're
You can
essentially
play her. She's a
you're
reverse soldier.
essentially a 76, yeah.
Yeah. She sets out poison instead of
Holding the fort like we always
Healing.
healing.
Usually the fort in question is bigger than... What should you expect beyond the
I'll call her
bridge?
R76
Go on
for
through,
reverse
Ranger.
76.
We won't stop you.
Greetings. It's a brave elf who
Greetings.
travels this road. It's a braver one who crosses the bridge and travels east. You have my
Where's the dude I gotta talk to? There's a guy in this town that I have to talk to. Oh. He's probably the important dude sitting at the table, huh?
As you're about to address the paladin, the Red Prince interrupts and asks him if he's seen a lizard matching Brahmus's description.
So
The
what
paladin
is
says that
Divinity
indeed he did, but
in
that
terms
once
like
left in
story
Ireland, a
and
band of rather
stuff?
intimidating-looking lizards showed up.
So you in the beginning of the game you are imprisoned for being a sorcerer, and that means that you have access to this energy called source magic. And source magic is very, very powerful, and it attracts all manner of bad things that they call void woken. And there is this huge religious following in this game that are kind of headed by this group called the Magisters, and the Magisters seek to contain Source so that no more Void Woken will show up in the world. Well, part of that is that they have to contain all of the sorcerers and essentially stop them from using Source magic.
Okay.
But as a lot of religious factions are wont to do, that gets really out of control and domineering and sadistic. And they have this prison island that you're sent to that essentially acts as your tutorial world for however long you decide to be there. I didn't do everything and spent upwards of 20 hours on it.
Oh,
So,
wow.
This is a gigantic, gigantic game. And I still don't know a whole bunch about the world, but I really enjoy what it has to offer. Like if you've ever played D&D with a set of good friends, this is what it feels like to play. And it's really nice. I I'm having kind of a hard time describing it now. But it's just really fun.
One of the scouts saw him heading south in the direction of the graveyard. That's all he knows.
Right. I have the information I came for. He's all yours now.
I'll hold my tears.
A senior paladin sits hunched over a tattered map. He registers your presence, sits back in his chair, taps his fingers on the map.
Who are you and who sent you?
So I think my confusion with this game was I feel like I always thought it was like a MMO and not a game. Not a...
No, it's
You know what I
very
mean.
much a game. Yeah.
I think I've heard about you. Didn't you free the Meister from the gallows in Driftwood? Then I may well have a job for you, if you're interested.
Boop. Let's see.
He taps a finger on the map on the table.
Here, in the Black Pits, are White Magisters. Their operation is shrouded in mystery, and this pricks our ears. We are gravely
Hey,
concerned.
Danny's in the chat. Hey, Danny.
The White Magisters.
How's
Danny,
it going
welcome.
in the morning?
We suspect
We just
that
sat
Dallas
down
herself
and
her master
recorded
Friedemann are the
a review
inspiration
of
for
Spider-Man.
these dark endeavors.
We have yet to edit it
Little
together. It'll
mayhem
probably be
secrets
out
and report back.
maybe this weekend if we put our noses to the grindstone and don't have a ton of stuff going on, which may or may not be true.
How much do you want? I have fewer paladins to pay, so I have ready gold. Bigger
Let me
limits.
get in here because...
He breaks into laughter.
There we go.
Done.
And
And cheap at the price, too.
there
He
we go.
offers you an item. A whistle-like device sits nestled. in
Danny,
your
I
hand.
feel like it's been ages since I've
War
seen
owl
and or
whistle.
talked to you.
When you're ready, send a war owl.
Yeah.
Be careful out there. It's a dangerous place these days. And I'd like to think I'll hear from you again. And adventurer,
He looks you in the
Adventurer.
eye.
don't get caught.
The Magister Crusade. So this area where I'm at is just out of the island in this place called Driftwood. And there's a whole story that goes along with you escaping the island and all of this junk. And in my original playthrough, I haven't gotten very much further than this, so
Okay.
I'm close to untreaded territory.
Burning Voidwoken,
Danny says, right? It's crazy.
and I don't know why.
So how are things with you, Danny? You doing alright? I'm gonna have to stop her.
The paladin sends arrow after arrow into the trees. She whips her head and fixes you with an intense look.
They're coming. That, my friend, depends on your definition of okay. There's Voidwoken out there, and they're coming for us.
Hey, Danny just got a job. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
She turns back to the forest, her bow held ready.
So what are you gonna be doing?
I guess I can be okay with that.
Is it gonna be a fun job, or is it gonna be like a garbage starter job, just like, you know, a lot of people have? People like me. She says, I'll start tomorrow, and after a week I'll get the night shift. You're working night shift? Ooh, I hope you're ready. The night shift doesn't agree with everyone.
Mm-mm.
She says, super boring job, but at least I get money. Yeah, tell me about it.
I know that struggle.
This is a fairy circle? Why does this exist?
What's this? I found something.
Haha! A dead deer named Chaucer? Weird. I just dug up a
That's
deer
weird.
in the middle of a flower circle.
Yeah, I'm looking at your game right now. It's like, what is that doing there?
I don't know. There's a cemetery over there that has a
Oh,
necromancer at its gate.
do you think that you just disturbed some ancient god sacrifice?
Maybe. That's really how this game works.
Uneasy here.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, dicks. Who are you?
Shadows to shadows.
Where are you going?
No shadow.
Great. Ugh. Okay. I can't do anything.
I sensed something nearby.
Another one? Oh yeah, I'm not gonna live through this. Yep. So that's how easily you can lose in this game, especially if you're 3 levels lower.
I saw that.
It's brutal when it wants to be. Danny says, this game seems really hard. Yeah, it definitely can be. They're on the island. There are these 3 crocodiles in this one area that have geomancer magic and can also teleport, and
Mm.
my ass got handed to me multiple times by those goddamn crocodiles. Those guys were like level 3.
Burning Voidwoken. The stink upsets me, and I don't know why.
Oh, I have to talk to her again. Damn it.
The paladin sends arrow. She whips her.
Cut that.
She turns back.
I guess I can be okay.
So we're not going to go that same way that we went. Especially when I'm wandering through an area that I'm supremely underleveled for. I'm also not going to dig up that deer. And I'm also going to save before I enter the cemetery.
The dead here stir. I hear their whispers.
Lurkers come to join the party. Oh, but you do get around, don't you?
He takes a satisfied sniff and rubs his hands together. His lips stretch into a mischievous smirk.
When it comes to graveyards, I'm a kid in a candy shop. All sorts of goodies and gewgaws for the taking. And a bit of rousing conversation. If you know what to dig, that is.
So, Danny, you've been playing Spider-Man?
Well, it's not just decomposing flesh and bone dust underfoot, you know. Why, the very essence of decay flavors many an essential oil and tincture. I'd expect Godwoken to understand. Pity.
Then he says, yep, she's been playing Spider-Man. I would have expected you to have platinumed it by now.
You understand enough.
Same.
And there is something my heart, such as it is set on.
I like making pacts with necromancers.
I dare say you'll enjoy this story. Somewhere in this
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Object of tremendous power.
Oh, Danny said she has already platinumed it.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
So that just leaves Fast hasn't platinumed it yet.
Hey, yo, I just beat the game today.
Old Joanna was the last. The poor, poor dear. Had no money, no children. Just this incredible heirloom passed down to her through the generations. Problem is, no one knows what this object is. Only that it's an astounding piece of work. Seems Joanna took its secrets to her grave. Rather literally.
So there, in the cemetery, there's a level 11 dog that summons up meat golems that kill you almost immediately.
What's a meat golem again?
His coy grin.
Oh, well, I call it a meat golem, but it's not really a meat golem. It has another word, but it's essentially an amalgamation of bodies that stomp on you.
Oh, Danny, are you talking about the ending of Spider-Man? Because, yes, my heart was broken! Sorry to yell at you guys. But it's true!
Hours spent on scholarship are never hours wasted.
But two. I admit, the ending of Spider-Man was pretty good.
Tarquin sighs.
But I had more...
For a moment, he looks almost modest.
I had more of a heartstringy moment with Harry Osborn than I did with anything else.
Did you get Venom vibes?
It pains me to say.
A little bit. Are you gonna go see Venom?
Adventuring department that I do not.
I'm up in the air about this because this is the next wave of superhero films, which is super villain films, and I'm just like, but it could be good. I really like Tom Hardy. I think he's a great actor, so
yeah.
I'm sure if anyone brings it, he could bring it, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't really care about Venom enough to just see a film about Venom.
I do wish I could wander inside.
I don't know.
It would be nice to
like, did you hear that they're doing a Joker film?
Yeah, and they cast Joaquin Phoenix, right?
Yes, who is a person I feel like could really do justice by the role.
I don't know. I think that's a weird choice, but they did Jared Leto, and that turned out kind of bad.
Yeah. I liked Jared Leto's Joker's aesthetics. I mean that, like, there were some, like, cinegraphic shots that they had of his Joker that just looked cool.
Yeah.
But his Joker, not so much.
I never saw Suicide Squad, so, you know.
Well, it's not as bad as it got panned for. Because there's some really cool moments in it, but like towards the third act, it just kind of fell apart.
I see.
But all the characters in it, and the actors, except for Jared Leto's Joker, like I think they did a great job with their characters.
Yeah.
So when I saw that they were actually like penning a script for a second one, I was like, yes, but let me read the script first.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm excited that I can't even remember her name right now, but the actress who played Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Margot Robbie.
Yes, thank you, Margot Robbie. She was in I, Tonya, which I saw a little bit of, and it was interesting. But she was great in it. But they're like also in talks to do a Gotham City Sirens type film, which is Harley and all of the girls. You know, Catwoman. Who's the other siren? Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
So, and since I'm DC, like I would like to see them. And Batgirl.
And Batgirl.
Take a
Well,
few deep breaths and give it another go.
I have next to no opinion on any of the comics or anything like that, so fill me in. What should I be looking out for? What should I be missing? Or what am I missing, rather?
So here's the thing about comics. I don't read them like I used to. I take that back. This year I started reading them again. But what I was really doing was just going to see like the most recent big hubbubaloo like events comic and seeing, you know, if my favorite character stayed alive. Kind of like I was doing with like the Naruto manga and Bleach. Like, is such and such still alive? Okay then.
Oops. What am I missing? Sorcery, Geomancer, all like that. Mind metal.
Oh, but here's why I like Batgirl as a character so much. The Barbara Gordon Batgirl.
Is it because of latex? Because I totally understand.
No.
Damn it! Okay.
It's because they did such an interesting thing with her character. So, you know that the second Robin died, right?
No, but okay.
All right. So the second Robin died. He,
But it seems just as blank.
like, was basically kidnapped by the Joker. His fake mom or second mom. I'm still not clear on this one, because this was before I started reading comics. But I have one of them from that time period.
Yeah.
But like his fake mom or second mom sold him to the Joker after he revealed to her that he was Robin, and the Joker beat him with a crowbar, and then there was a big DC like call-in vote, like if he was going to die or not. And it was like really close, like maybe 10 people said that he should die.
Wow.
And he died.
Where is that waypoint? I know it's here. So I'm hoping it's here.
So during that whole thing, after he killed the Joker, he also arrived at Barbara Gordon's doorstep and shot her in the stomach, or shot her in the spine, and paralyzed her.
Wow.
And like it's a huge controversial thing, because everyone loved Barbara Gordon, and it was kind of done in a man pain way. But afterwards, after all of this happened, they created the character called Oracle, and she became the eyes and ears of the Bat family. And so for the longest time, she was like one of the earliest or only disabled characters who still had like a full characterization. Like, she still fell in love, she still had a relationship, and she struggled with her trauma. And she's come back since then, and she's now Batgirl again. But you just don't get a chance to see that kind of storytelling, you know?
Yeah.
usually she just has to stay hot because
She
she's
takes a
hot.
deep breath.
But she could be hot and in a wheelchair. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm explaining it terribly, but
I mean, there are people into that. So yeah.
but she did so. She just, as a character, she did so much in that role. And so it would be really interesting to see if they do that, because we're just now getting to a point where we actually see in film characters with, trauma, dealing with their trauma.
Yeah.
And you hardly ever see a female deal with their trauma, and if she is dealing with trauma, it's usually like failed pregnancy.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
In your case, more than I suspect, man, God or even reptile can provide. However, we must soldier on. It is not enough to be God-woken in order to ascend to divinity. There is a process.
As she speaks, the Meister uncorks a vial of shimmering liquid, sauce. She lets a couple of drops fall on her hand, but instead of infusing with her body, they quickly evaporate on her scales. She stares at the empty spot on her palm for a long moment before turning back to you, continuing as if nothing had happened.
A process by which God-woken may ascend. It begins with discovering your deepest self, delving into your own soul. We shall begin once we have the tools we need from my vault. You may have been chosen God-woken, but becoming divine requires more than a supernatural pat on the head. Come, God-woken. It is time to see just how awake you are. Fortunately, the kindly remove that painting from the wall. I pray my instructions will not be too technical. Your talent for following simple instructions. Push the button.
A stone door lies flush with the floorboards. Etched whorls in the granite frame a delicate rotary dial. Gleaming under the dim light, the metallic dial almost seems to wink at you. Taking your time, you carefully enter the combination. The metallic sounds of the tumblers falling within the mechanism let you know you entered the code correctly.
Excellent. Follow me. Your time is at hand, God-woken.
Danny's leaving now. She's gotta go. All right.
All right, Danny. It's good seeing you.
Yeah. Go have fun in Japanland. Whatever it is that you're doing.
Ancient rooms. Weird contraptions. This place is an Arcanist's dream.
She says bye, guys, and have a good night. Thanks, Danny. I will. For a little bit longer, and then I'm going to go to sleep because I have to work in the morning.
The Meister is examining her wounds, prodding at this, wincing at that. Her face seems grim as she turns to you.
Do you know what it means to have the power of the divine, God-woken? Just so. To accept divinity is to accept responsibility for the lives of every person and beast that walks Rivellon. If granted divinity, you would have the power of all 7 gods at your disposal. You could heal any
Oh man, it's
pull
almost 9 o'clock.
islands from the sea,
I know.
right
We
any
took a while
injustice.
putting that review together.
Mm-hmm.
Make no mistake. The divine has only
Welcome to
one
the stream,
duty,
by the way.
to protect
Yeah,
this world from
absolutely.
the void. The divine cannot use her power for anything else. Very well, then. Let's see if we can't snatch divinity from the jaws of the void. The ritual itself is quite simple. Drop some blackroot in the bowl, mix in a little blood, set the concoction aflame, and then, well, not inhale the smoke, but whatever the skeletal equivalent is. Ignore any
So I
feelings
know
of
when you
dizziness,
said
itchy
before
burns, or a
that
general sense of
in this
existential dread.
specific area you are
They're
right now,
all
there wasn't
perfectly
much to
normal,
grind.
although you will need to sacrifice a
Yeah.
little sauce along
Like,
the way.
have you found things now, or?
Well, there's not much to grind in that none of the bad guys respawn ever.
Oh.
So you can trip around and potentially find things that'll wreck your shit as, you know, often as this happens in this game, which is, every 10 feet. There's, but there is a thread that you can follow that goes in a ton of different directions, even when the game seems like impossible from a combat standpoint. There are story missions and there are ways to get around combat, and there's so many ways that you can tell the same story within this game that you can work your way around your shortfalls.
Everything you
Okay.
need is here.
That's cool.
Ingredients in the cupboard. Sauce in the glowing fountain. Ritual in the tome by the bookcase. Even an incinerator to provide a flame.
The Meister looks back at her wounds, curiously prodding them as fresh blood oozes out, staining her claws.
Quite. Mind you, being torn asunder by a Voidwoken would be even more inconvenient. So if you wouldn't mind...
The Meister points sharply to the ingredients cupboard.
And do not lose anything. These ingredients are rare indeed. I'm not hiking back out to the Cloisterwood to fetch you more blackroot.
Opening the door, you see a selection of ingredients, thrown together in no particular order. After a quick rummage, you spot the blackroot, nestled between the grated dragon's tongue and Drudenay oil. You gather up the blackroot, obsidian lance, and ancient bowl, and kick the door of the cupboard closed.
Alright, let's see if I remember how to do this, because it's kind of weird the way you do this. I'm gonna have to, like, stab myself with this thing or something. Okay, here we go. Here goes. Nope, not that thing. Inventory.
As the smoke swirls about your skull, your vision starts to swim and cloud. There is an intense pounding in your head, and you can feel the world fading. As the world fades away, you lose all sense of being grounded. You reach out, but you could feel yourself falling slowly, sinking into the depths of your own soul.
This recess of my soul. But it looks like the Hall of Echoes.
So this is the way an English narrator should be. Not like the stupid Biomutant narrator that they have. Or Biomutant. That still pisses me off.
I don't even remember what he sounds like.
Oh, he sounds like a complete dode. Oh my god. Also, I'm not entirely sure if that word exists outside my family.
What?
The word dode.
Oh. I don't know. I feel like that was like an 80s yuppie, like insult, or is it chode?
uh, uh, well, chode is also an insult, but these two things came about independently.
Oh, okay.
And they aren't really interchangeable.
Bathed in the half-light of this eerie, starless landscape, you spot a figure you could only describe as you. Another you. It looks haggard and weak, its voice merely a feeble echo of your own.
My child, come. Come closer, so that you may see me as I truly am. Come, child. Let me show you.
The apparition clasps your face in shaking, skeletal hands, and you feel a tingle run through your bones. Everything becomes brighter, sharper. Blacks and whites become glorious bursts of color before fading back to their accustomed spectrum.
Time to open the eyes you lost so long ago. Speak the spell.
Yeah. Spirit vision. Where did they put it? There it is.
God is the strange mirror image of yourself. Before you stands the goddess Amadia in all her spectral glory.
You know me now, don't you, child? I saved you when the ship went down. I blessed you, made you powerful, and now I've come to seek some power in return. Your god-woken soul is my last refuge, my last bastion. And now you have brought me a gift.
Amadia stretches out and nourishes herself from the source that abounds in your presence. You feel it deep down inside yourself as it drains away.
Ah, yes. That is better.
You feel it deep down inside yourself as it drains away. What am I feeling?
Dying does not become a god.
As far as I know, the goddess Amadia is sucking all the source out of you.
Oh.
I have this
Is she hungry?
like hypothesis about this game that at the end you have to murder all of the gods.
And become the new ones?
Yeah. They took a very classical approach to goddom in that all of them are incredibly flawed and greedy.
The void itself is
Well, don't you
hunting
want
down
your...
the gods, leeching us in ways we never thought possible. Droplet by droplet, we are being drained. We are battling for our very survival, and we are losing. Should we truly perish, all will be cast into oblivion. Our battle is a work in progress. I did not say all was lost. There is still time. You must realize, dear one, that our fates are now as one, just as our souls are now as one. We are I. Together we are a force to be reckoned with. But if we seek to survive the onslaught of the void, we stand no chance unless we become vastly more powerful than we are now. And once you are strong enough, we must travel to the Well of Ascension. There, you will become even more powerful. It is a lake, a pool of pure source, containing half the powers of each of the gods. We gave those powers up freely to create the first divine. To bathe in the lake is to become the divine. That is where the road to divinity leads, and you must be the first to reach it, no matter what the cost. There you touch upon the very heart of the matter. The void has never been this strong. A new divine won't be enough. You need to go to the Well of Ascension, not to bathe in its powers, but to take them. All of them. Only she who claims everything will be everything. The Void's doom, this world's liberator. It is simplicity itself. They will bow to you, or be undone. Of course, the others are saying the same to their mortal God-woken as we speak. But there can be only one. So make no mistake, dear one. The road to divinity may well be paved with dead gods, their blood staining your ivory hands. But do not let that dismay you. You will save all of existence. You will save your kin and your loved ones, and all the rest of the mortal world, and you will become a god. I will lead you to the lake, my child, but not yet. Not until you have become a true master of the Source, until you speak the language of creation itself. Our journey will be fraught
God dang it.
with peril. It is a pilgrimage
Cowboy school not working out.
that will require you to
No,
master
Genji
as
reflected
only
an
a
ult,
God-woken
and I got Huck stuck in it
and wield its most powerful
as I shot out my bomb.
Laughter rolls and echoes into
You flatter me, dear child. But if all I had to do was give, you would have received long ago. We are I now. The spells you need to know I will teach you when you are ready. But first you must learn to channel the Source in greater volumes. That is why you need to seek masters of the Source. You must make them teach you, so that you may become a master in turn.
Man, I need a haircut.
So return to Rivellon.
You
and
just
seek
got a
out
haircut.
the sages where they
That
dwell.
was like 6 weeks ago.
Convince them to share
Ah,
with you their
7 months,
deep
7
It
weeks
feels
ago.
like yesterday.
It really does, especially when before then you hadn't had a haircut in 10 years.
Once
It was
you
weird.
have, return to me here. Something that will make you understand that for a god, there is precious little difference between the living and the dead. Source is. It is a constant, a subject of neither time nor transience. All of life is Source, and in Source it is, immortally so. You have the vision of a god now, sight that can see spirits.
Just
The
realized I
souls
ate a
of the
late
dead
lunch, so I
need
didn't
to
eat
manifest in
dinner. So
Source.
after this,
You are gonna have
I'm
to
gonna-
go and eat something.
Speak the
Yes.
spell during your
Also, I figured out.
peregrinations, and you will
So you know that salad I
see
sent to you?
where the dead
Yeah.
I
lie.
figured out the
Good luck,
chicken I'm
dear
gonna cook with
child.
that.
Oh yeah.
Make me proud.
I went to the dollar store a couple weeks ago and I bought this $2 book that was titled Yogurt, and it's a it's a recipe book that like delves into Middle Eastern and Indian cooking and using yogurt in your basting and seasoning and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And how to make your own yogurt, which I'm not going to do, maybe.
It involves bacteria.
Well, it looked fun, but they had this harissa chicken, and that looked so good.
Yeah. What's gonna go on it? You gotta tell me more than that.
The harissa sauce, I'm probably saying that wrong.
Where do I go? How do I get out of this?
Yogurt,
Oh, right there.
peppers and
The
onion.
master stares intently at you. Her eyes are tired and bruised, but determined.
Still alive? Gods above, there might be something to you after all.
She leans in, her bloody tongue flickering hungrily about your face.
Tell me, what did you see? What you know?
She sighs impatiently as you hold your head in your hands, rubbing what's left of your temples.
You can't channel enough Source. Gods be damned, why couldn't you have a nice simple problem? Finding an orc to dance the hornpipe, perhaps?
What happened? What happened?
Oh, Meister Siva is being snippy.
If I were looking for a master of mirth, you would be ideal. Alas, there are no masters of Source here. The river of my Source has been dammed. My link to the font from which it flows, severed. So we must seek alternatives.
Alas, the only Source Masters not yet hauled off to Fort Joy or turned into meat puppets are those too dangerous or cunning for the Magisters to contain. Sorcerers that allowed their power to corrupt them. Many are wicked, cruel, vile, and generally not good teacher material, but we may have no others to turn to. You will not be there long, I assure you. There is only so much you can glean from a twisted mind. However, it is the path we walk, no matter what the cost. No matter what is asked of you.
The Meister doubles over in a violent coughing fit, struggling for breath. After a few moments, she regains her composure, wiping a thin smear of blood from the corner of her mouth.
No matter what is asked of you, you must learn from them. And you do not seem to be paying attention. Sorcerers, evil, controlling your source, saving Rivellon, please. Please tell me at least some of this rings a bell. Your focus, your only focus, must be on finding these masters. On finding the secrets to divinity. Nothing else matters. The Magisters have kept ledgers with all known sorcerers, especially the powerful ones not yet captured. They would be an invaluable resource, but do be careful not to get caught. I was their guest for a time, and I promise you the gallows was the most comfortable part of the experience. And if their barracks turns out to be as empty as their skulls, just keep your eye sockets peeled. There may still be powerful sorcerers hiding in these lands.
As she speaks, one of her wounds reopens, a dark red stain spreading across her tunic. She hisses in frustration and starts to bind the gash.
I wish there was more I could do, but in this condition, I would be more a hindrance than a boon. Godspeed, and remember, do whatever it takes.
So much. Alright, I'm gonna end it here.
Alright. I am going to go get some food.
Oh, Arcadius just popped online.
Arcadius! Oh, I want to hear about everything. Well, we can end the stream.
Yeah, we're gonna end the stream.
Alright, I'll be back.